The Inuit are considered the founders of the sport of the heroine of this episode. They used walrus skins, obtained when hunting, as a jumping cloth to toss their kids up into the air. Europeans, however, used ordinary blankets to entertain their children. Then trampolines appeared in circuses. The French acrobat Du Trampoline used a diving board at first, which was then called a springboard, in honor of his surname, which he then modernized into a net with springs underneath. A prototype of modern trampolines was invented in 1934 by the gymnast George Nissen. In the middle of the 20th century, trampolining quickly gained popularity and even became an essential part of the training of military pilots and NASA astronauts. In 2000, it was included in the Olympic Games. Ukrainian athlete Oksana Tsihulova won a silver medal at the debut Olympic tournament in Sydney. 4 years later, in Athens, Yuri Mikitin became a champion. Our heroine, a multiple champion and prize winner of the European Championships and prize winner of the World Championship, Maryna Kyiko, seeks to multiply Ukrainian achievements in trampolining. Zodiac sign: Capricorn. Favorite animal: tiger. Eye color: green-gray, gray, chameleon. Favorite color: blue. Favorite season: summer. Favorite flowers: chamomile. Almost all the childhood memories of Kiev resident Maryna Kyiko are sports-related. Since the age of 5, she engaged in rhythmic gymnastics, dancing and karate. She couldn't become a rhythmic gymnast as she was too short, but then by pure accident trampolining appeared in her life. Someone mentioned trampolining to me, and my choreographer said that I was very talented in the rhythmic gymnastics classes, that I had a strong drive, and that I was good at jumping. Then someone suggested to my mother to introduce me to trampolining. I was not looking to engage in that sport, so we went to the gym and she asked me if I liked it. I said I didn't know, and she told me I had a month to give it a try. 11-year-old Maryna remembered the first acquaintance with trampolining for the rest of her life. She thought she had discovered some new, wonderful world of sports. I had no idea what it was. I came there wide-eyed and saw young athletes performing all of those amazing jumps, especially the adults. In just a couple of months, she became the champion of Ukraine in her age category. When she was 17, she won the silver medal at the World Junior Championships in synchronized trampoline. I like synchronized trampoline, as it's more challenging. It's 2 times more difficult, because you have to adjust to your partner and accept the fact that you can fall, someone else can fail, stop early, some jump too low, some jump too high, so it can be your mistake or someone else's. In short, there are many nuances in this form of sport. It seems more spectacular and interesting. You immediately notice certain inaccuracies, and it's very exciting. Like watching them fail or admiring how synchronized they perform such amazing stunts. In synchronized trampoline, Maryna Kyiko performed mainly together with Natalia Moskvina from Kharkiv. Together, they won a bronze medal at the 2013 World Games and the 2015 World Championships, and took second place at the European Championships in 2014. In team competitions, Maryna has 2 gold medals and 1 silver medal at the Continental Championship. She considers her greatest achievement the bronze medal she won at the European Championship in 2014 in individual trampolining. I took 3rd place back then. First of all, that's my greatest achievement, because it's an Olympic sport. Secondly, I had to perform right after sustaining an injury. I had just gotten back onto the trampoline. I still jumped on 1 leg back then, and I didn't count on anything. I only went there for the team to win a medal in team competitions. In the end, with just 1 leg, I got myself together and I succeeded. It was really cool. Favorite dish? Salmon and vegetables. What I can prepare? I mostly enjoy making tasty salads. Favorite beverage? Cherry juice. At her debut Olympics in London 2012, Maryna Kyiko took the last 16th place in women's individual competitions. Having gotten into the main competitions over 4 years, she couldn't deal with anxiety. It's not even like at the World Championships. Everything's different there, even in the presence of journalists. There's no such thing at World Championships. There are just 2 trampolines, and you go there, and you do your performance. At the Olympics, however, there are cameras and photographers almost under the trampoline. There's a platform for them, but they're still quite distracting due to the flashes. Trampolines are usually placed on the floor, and the platform is put over it. Everything is different there. Maryna's jumps are spectacular and technical, and she takes this well from a psychological standpoint. But she needs to work harder for the Olympics, since last time she could not keep herself together psychologically. But Maryna Kyiko won't let go of her Olympic dream, and is now working hard to receive the rights to compete in the Olympic Games in Tokyo in 2020. Our goal is preparation, participation, and good performance at the Olympics in 2020, which are scheduled to take place in Tokyo. Maryna has a strong desire to be selected for these games, and we certainly want her to succeed. After all, our athletes have an inner desire to prove that they're the best or prove themselves in an arena among those like them. Almost all of them know that the combinations are the same, but someone is better, and that's probably what motivates them. At the least, I believe that this requires some kind of a sporting spirit. Dream. At least one Olympic medal, no matter what rank. But I'd like a gold one, of course. Love. I can't explain it. You have to feel it yourself. It's my personal feeling, and I can't explain it in words. Happiness. Happiness is when all your relatives and friends are alive. Communication with children, an opportunity to talk about their sport, interest them, and even see the first results of training together is great motivation for any athlete. Put your hands down and just jump up and down 10 times. You have to do that on the cross. Keep your legs straight, your body tense, and your head up. It's the first introductory exercise. Trampolining begins with this. Maryna introduces young Art-Tech kids to trampolining. Together with Elena Orlova, an acrobatic jumper, they began training with the usual warm-ups, showed the basic positions and elements, and ended them with a cartwheel exercise. Not all managed to do this, but the kids tried their best.
Хорошо, неплохо, молодец. Надо встать, шагнуть и потом идти. На прямых руках. О, молодец. Постарался.
There were many interested kids. I think most of them liked it. They all become interested, especially when you start showing them some moves. Everyone tries it. Can you do a 360? To pique their interest. They want it, but that all depends on their inspiration and motivation, their environment, the support of people that surround them, and especially the support of their parents and closest relatives. Many of them can do this. There were kids who tried hard and did really well. Basically, these exercises can be used to select children who we qualify for continuing their training. The next day, the athletes invited the Art-Tech children to take part in the Day of Physical Culture and Sports at the Olympic Stadium in Kiev. On the location, they were greeted and provided with 2 trampolines and an acrobatic track. The time had come to try their hand at real sporting equipment. Elena and Maryna gave the young guests a master class. Then they invited the children onto the trampoline. Everyone could feel like a real trampolining athlete for a few minutes. At first, when you're standing in line waiting for a turn, it seems like the trampoline is very low. But when you get on it, it seems like you'll fly up into the sky. It's very cool. I loved it. It's a very cool feeling. You get a real adrenaline surge, and you want to continue trying to perform various tricks just for the thrill. Trampolining is a difficult sport that requires excellent coordination and training. Looking from the side, it might seem that the jumper can fly outside the net at any moment. That's why the kids asked Maryna whether she was scared to jump and had sustained any serious injuries. Fortunately, there were no serious incidents in Maryna's career, although she's familiar with the feeling of fear. I flew out once when I was young. I was 14 or 15 at the time. I didn't get a concussion because there was a mat near the trampoline. I did a somersault and landed on my back right outside the trampoline. It was about 1.5 meters high, and I flew right over it. The scariest thing is when you get lost and don't feel space anymore. When you're in the air, you see the ceiling, a wall, the trampoline, and you have no idea what to do. The trampoline itself is improved every year. The performances of athletes become more sophisticated, and competition in the world is growing. Maryna Kyiko hones her sport skills every day under the guidance of her highly respected coach Viktor Kaharlitsky. The most difficult element for me is a piked or tucked triple somersault with many turns and twists. For example, 1.5 twists forward or backward. This stunt is very difficult. Favorite movie? Home Alone. Hobby? I love bowling. 20 years later, I imagine myself young, beautiful, healthy, blossoming, and looking as I do today. At the moment, Maryna's whole life is devoted to sports. It's hard to even imagine what she would do if she was not engaged in trampolining. Probably she would become a mother. My main goal for now is sports. Kids will come later, but I really love children. I don't know, I just think I'd be a great mother. I'd raise my kids, try to develop them, and also keep myself in shape. I'd keep them occupied so they wouldn't spend all the time on their cell phones. I'm categorically against such a form of communication. I don't like it at all. In the meantime, Maryna is glad to spend time with her nephews and has already introduced them to her sport. I have nephews, and I bought them a small round trampoline because I do trampolining. They live far away, and they kept asking me for a trampoline, so I presented them such a gift. Maryna's friends and colleagues, knowing her determination and resilience, can't really imagine her as a housewife, but more as a coach or a manager in this intense form of sport. She can be a trainer or she can also work in the ministry. But I think paperwork is harder, since she would have to sit in one place. She could also be a presenter, as she feels at ease in front of cameras. I think it should be something active, something that would allow her to move around a lot, communicate with people or something like that.
Опыт в тренерстве у нее есть.
She has experience in coaching. To be honest, I haven't been to Maryna's classes, but I know for sure that she has a lot of experience and knowledge to pass on. Technique and schooling of Viktor Semyonovich Kaharlitsky, that's what matters. She simply cannot teach something wrong. It's all automatic for her at this point. So I think that Maryna would be a great and worthy coach if she decides to choose this path in life for herself.
Вот. Поэтому я думаю, да, что Марина достойным тренером может быть, если эту стезю выберет.
10 minutes of trampoline jumping is comparable to 3 kilometers of jogging. Our heroine is a great example of that. Maryna Kyiko has been trampolining for 21 years now. She is not yet ready to part with her favorite sport, especially since she has not yet won her most important Olympic medal.
Мне просто это нравится, я не могу остановиться. Я уже как бы пыталась.
I just like it, and I can't stop. I've already tried, but I couldn't give it up. Training brings me great pleasure. It's really cool when you perform. Before the competitions, you get an adrenaline surge, and you feel all kinds of emotions. If you fail, then you have something to think about, something new to learn, and something to adjust in your performances.
Очень много всего.